The quick pass is intercepted. It's going to be run in for an Indiana touchdown. D'Angelo Pons on the first play of the game.
Got to get to the 8. He's going to take off and run. Mendoza weaves his way first and go diving toward the end zone. Touchdown! Beck steps up, delivers downfield, intercepted! Jamari Sharp makes the pick that will clinch Indiana's first national championship.
Hey, what's up? I promised you guys on Twitter, even though Seth didn't know that I actually did a tweet today, that we have a surprise for you that we'll get to at some point. It's not that big of a deal, right? I don't know. It could be. Might be. But maybe another surprise is the fact that we're all here again. Seth's here. Brandon's here. Brando, Seth, what's up?
So I do feel like I have to make an announcement. And this buries the lead of our announcement. But I believe if you make a mistake and you're wrong about something, then you should admit to that. You should be a man. And I'm sure nobody saw this because it wasn't a big deal, but Showtime Sales did commit to Indiana. And for months, I said that he was going to go to Bama. He's going to go to Texas. Lane's going to swoop in. And none of that happened. So before we get into anything else, I just wanted to say that I was wrong. I did not think IU was at a caliber to land these players yet. But I do think it's a significant stride in a program that is somehow still in ascension.
That's right. It is a significant. I screwed it up.
God.
Significant. That's all right. They did a good laugh.
Signature signing. Oh my God.
There we go. Seth, what's up?
Up until he said Manchin's name, I thought he was formally apologizing for canceling on the Denver trip. So I'm a little disappointed, but still very glad, very happy news. It's like, I don't like Pat McAfee, whatever. But it's very cool to go on the local talk show on ESPN, have your school. Oh, you just did your little, he just did his.
He's wearing the same shirt Sales was wearing underneath his
to say Brandon just took just did his zipper down to reveal his commitment to IU. But yeah, it's super cool. It's an awesome achievement for him to be in his hometown. He got to shout out all of his friends, all of his coaches. What a cool moment for them.
Yeah, good kid too, huh? Good, solid family.
Were you guys nervous? I was nervous. I
was very nervous.
I haven't felt that way in recruiting ever. Like Romeo Langford was probably the closest. And that was probably 9 years ago. That was the most nervous I've ever been for a recruiting announcement, which is weird that I'm even having any reaction at all, but I thought it was very well done. I thought the production value was high. I think he didn't do I'm going to put one hat down and then one hat on, and then I'm going to say a school, then I'm not going to say a school. I think Pat hosted it well. Showtime did it great. And obviously it ended up roses for IU. But yeah, no, I mean, I was barely blinked for 30 minutes.
As it was ongoing, I think the only two things I texted were, I'm pretty sure the little sister is wearing red shoes.
Yes, you said that. And she was falling asleep while standing up. But, yeah.
And then the other thing was, I think I maybe didn't say that in this group, but when it was a white shirt, you could see that underneath his zip up, there was a white shirt. I at least knew at that point it wasn't Texas, because it would have been burnt orange as hell, because that's their identity to a fault. So he would have had that all the way up to his neck. So those were the only two vibes that I was like, maybe it is IU. But yeah, it was still completely up in the air.
I wish Pat wasn't so good at like faking things. Like obviously your whole vibe there, if you're going to have somebody this important, right, on your show to do something that big, is that you can't give away any hints, right, around the whole thing. But they knew the whole time. He knew what hat was right there underneath the desk. He knew what they had already had the graphics done and ready for him.
The jacket was there as well, like because they didn't walk in with a jacket. So
yes, so the fact, I mean, obviously the professional wrestler in him did a very good job of, and those that you think it's real, whatever, like Seth, you can let him think it's real, but he did a great job of acting. So, all right, well, let's move on. I think, thank you for doing that. And I apologize for having to hold a gun to your head while you apologize to our listeners, and actually taking ownership and being wrong. But
okay, just last thing on that though, like, I was just protecting myself from a letdown, right? Like that was emotional insurance. I'm not trying to be a revisionist history here, but that is
your MO. Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching you,
but that's also very like 2022 IU football. Like you would always be like, I'm gonna bet against IU because I want us to win, but I'd like to make some money.
He does that
like,
with the Steelers though too. So there's a track record here, I think, that crosses like multiple platforms.
Yes. He does do it with the Steelers. He does talk a lot of shit about the Steelers until they actually start playing, and then he's like, "We're the greatest team of all time" at 8-7 or whatever. The
therapist would have a heyday with my emotional insurance that I do day in, day out.
Now that Seth is done with his therapist, there's an opening in her schedule. So if you want to,
I'm cured, baby. She was bored. Right. She was like, "I don't have anything to work with here. You're all set, brother."
And you were asleep on the chase, probably. All right. Did you actually go to the office? Did you go into her office, or were they video calls?
Yeah, I did the video calls for a little bit during COVID, but I couldn't take it seriously on video call. I had to go in person.
No.
Yeah.
No, I've tried it on the video, and I don't go to a therapist.
I zone out so quick
on the video calls, and it's terrible. There's no connection. Nope. There's no like seriousness. I'm in a parking lot somewhere, like. Yeah, this isn't therapy. You're just talking. You're just doing a video meeting,
like recruiting cycle.
Yes,
calling recruits from a high-low parking lot.
Exactly. All right. Well, let's move on. Exciting news: the Hoosier Happy Hour podcast is now part of the Believe Network. That's Believe spelled BLEAV. Check it out. We will start having some. Of that on our logos and stuff like that. You'll start seeing a lot more different stuff. You may see some differentiating in some of the length of episodes and titles as well. So if you see anything different, the show's not going to change. Some of the stuff around it may look a little different, but it's going to feel exactly the same.
I love it. I'm exciting. I did not know of the Believe Network when this originally became a possibility. But then when I was scrolling through their portfolio, I was like, oh, I see that reel all the time. I recognize that show. I think they have, they're vast. And I never thought I would share a content platform with Alexis Texas. So,
or Phil Simms. Yeah.
Solomon Wilcox, Ama Green, but I had to throw the first one in for shock value. So.
Jonathan Stewart, I saw today. Jonathan Stewart on there too. So
yeah. But don't bury the lead.
I napped on another call and this happens. God, I gotta start paying attention.
Yes. All right. So that being said, if for some reason that's not your vibe, which it should be, if you want to go over to Patreon, you're more than welcome to go over to Patreon.
Wait, what? Hold on. What should be your vibe? I just got to clarify this.
Not Alexis Texas.
All right.
No. Just if you don't want to listen, the ads and everything that you've already been hearing, you're going to hear on this episode. It's going to be the same thing. It's just with a different network. So if you don't want to listen to ads,
I just want to say that you guys are our only fans, and we're very happy for you guys to be our only fans.
See, guys,
I can't get off this.
I know. Well, yeah, it's usually not anybody's problem from what the vibe is that I'm picking up. But so here's, I'm going to have to go incognito mode and Google this person now because you guys always know all of these people. and I
Yeah,
have no
Google.
idea what you're
Yep,
talking
right.
about. I have no idea what you're talking
You don't
about.
have to
Zero
because she
idea.
has a wonderful show on the Believe Podcast Network. You can go listen to her on her podcast. On her podcast.
Yes,
An audio
on her
medium.
podcast. Okay, let's get back to this so we can get into it. If you want to be on Patreon, $3 a month, some member perks that we're going to start doing. I don't know. Come take fireball shots, free ones at our tailgates.
We are not a subscription-based model on this content platform.
We are not. You get it the day early. There's no ads. There's There's other things, right? We have a bunch of LEO t-shirts still in my basement. If anybody wants them, you can have them. Just reach out.
Do you have any left in my size? I need some more muscle shirts.
I have some. Okay. Yeah, there's some double X down there. Let me see. All right, let's get into it. So, as I said, I didn't say this, but we're here to do the preview for the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
We're
it's game
10
number
minutes
9.
into this podcast, and we have not mentioned Indiana or what
the Golden Gophers.
No, the Golden Gophers. Yes, we play them on Halloween. Which, when we get to the schedule guessing game, which Brandon loves to do, I'm going to very much hope for one time frame only, maybe 2. We could probably go for 2 different. Well, shit, it gets dark around 7 by that time, doesn't it? So we need to. I'm going to go for one time frame only because TV has not been announced. It has not been announced for any game, and it's a full slate of games.
How many 11 p.m. games are Purdue playing?
They're playing at least one. They may be playing not 11 p.m. this year or this week. So, again, it's on Halloween, Minnesota, Memorial Stadium, Bloomington, Indiana. TV guessing game time. Brandon, here we go. I think there's some real obvious ones, but I also think it's going to be a really, really tough week to figure out where they're going to put some of this stuff. Wisconsin at Iowa, big rivalry game. Illinois at Maryland, Washington at Nebraska, Northwestern at Oregon, Purdue at Penn State, Michigan at Rutgers, Nevada at UCLA. That's got an 11 o'clock kick all over it. And Ohio State at USC.
It's a kind of a banger week.
It is.
It is. Banger week.
Now, it's the next week. I believe next week is our bye week.
It is.
But that week is the one week that everybody, that's like the one that you're seeing all the reels about. November 7th, this is the week. This is the college football week. But this week, all right, let's go through it. Wisconsin, Iowa, I don't know, 3:30 CBS, maybe.
They're both Central Time Zone. That makes sense.
Yes. Give me Illinois, Maryland. You could put that on BTN.
Nooner. It's a nooner.
Yep. Washington at Nebraska. That could be another CBS possibility, or maybe that
Fox
4 o'clock.
3:30.
Yep.
Oh, I was going to call the 4 o'clock Peacock there, maybe.
Okay. Same.
Okay.
Yep.
Northwestern at Oregon. That could also be another 4 o'clock.
Whichever
No,
one.
that's nighttime
30.
BTN. That's nighttime BTN.
Ooh.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I could see that.
Yeah, because the other are East Coast home games.
Okay, so then this one may be the 3:30 BTN game. Purdue at Penn State.
Yes.
Michigan at Rutgers. That's got FS1 or maybe
That's a 7 o'clock Fox
Peacock. Yeah. Nevada, UCLA. Who cares?
That's the
Doesn't
11
matter.
o'clock. It doesn't matter the network.
Bury it. Yeah, bury it. And then obviously Ohio State at USC. That's going to be prime time.
NBC.
Yes. And so I'm praying it's not going to be big noon kickoff, obviously, but give me a 12 o'clock FS1 if we have to do something on this. Just a 12 o'clock.
What else is? I do think it's going to be big noon.
Really?
Yeah.
You think Minnesota's going to be doing that well at this point of the season?
We're about to get there. That's a good segue.
Okay, we'll skip over the series history and we'll just
We'll jump back to it. We'll jump back to it.
We will. Preseason wins over under 6.5. Brandon, I can find 4.
See, I like this Minnesota team. I think they're nice.
I don't.
Ooh.
I'll tell you. We'll go through this real quick. 34th overall ranked schedule, and their FPI rank. And for somebody to like a team this well, their FPI rank is 63rd. To give some people an idea,
not good.
Purdue is 71.
Stop.
UCLA is 64. So they're they're just below UCLA and are right above UCLA and just below Northwestern.
And they did lose their best player to the transfer portal.
They do have a very, very good
talent.
defensive player. They have a better defensive player than Perich, whatever his name is. All right, let's run through the schedule real quick. You tell me where 6.5 wins come from. Eastern Illinois at home, Mississippi State at home, Akron at home. I don't know if they beat Mississippi State. At Washington.
Loss.
Michigan at home.
Loss.
At Purdue.
Win.
Iowa.
Loss.
At home. Then now we're going to alternate home and away, by the way. Iowa at home. At IU.
Loss.
UCLA at home.
Win.
Penn State on the road.
Loss.
Northwestern at home.
Win. At
Wisconsin.
Loss. 50-50 game, but I'll give Camp Randall at the end of the season the nod.
So you had them 6-6. I had them at 7-5. I gave them at Wisconsin.
I have them 5-7. I don't think they beat Mississippi State, and I don't think they beat either Northwestern or Wisconsin.
When we previewed this team, we previewed Northwestern already. They had a better quarterback. They got a better defense. They don't have the weapons. They don't have the running backs and wide receivers that Northwestern has. I like the skill positions better for Northwestern, but I don't believe in Childs. And I do think the defense is really, really good. And that's how you shut down Northwestern. So
I'm gonna break down some of your defense stuff, and we'll talk about that and offense stuff here in a little bit. Because
their offense could have some bumps.
What would you say top tier, right? As far as on their schedule, Washington, really good team. Michigan should be a decent team, right? Iowa should be a decent team. Penn State should be a decent team, and IU should be a decent team. That's 5 teams that, if you look at last year, they struggled with those types of teams, right? Sure. Mississippi State kind of on the outside. That could be a problem. Let's go back real quick. And
I just want to be on the record. You picked a Brandon Walker team to beat a Big Ten team.
Brandon. Oh yeah, I don't like Brandon. Never mind. Give me Minnesota by 1,000 against Mississippi State. I did not know that. That makes a lot of sense. All right, let's go back to series history. IU 27, Minnesota 41 with 3 ties in there. Minnesota on a hot streak against the Hoosiers, 4 straight, 7-3 in the last 10. I had to spell all this out for this game, which we haven't done for a while because I totally forgot it. We haven't played Minnesota in 5 years, and they beat the doors off of a really, really down and bad IU team at the time. 2021, Minnesota went into Bloomington, Minnesota 35, IU 14. IU was 2-8 entering the game, 0-7 in conference. We had gone through Penix out for the season, Tuttle out for the season. McCulley was the starting quarterback at the time. McCulley started it and scored on the first possession, or not the first possession, right at the end of the first quarter to go up 7-0. We never saw the lead or even sniffed the lead from there on out as Graham Grimmel came in at quarterback and scored right at the very, very end of the game to make it 35-14 to end Minnesota's 35-0 run in between the second quarter and into the fourth quarter with a whopping attendance of 38,000.
Do you have that? Because I watched.
Who played before that?
No. Like what? IU Minnesota, because I know you have a website that like tells you.
Oh yeah. So Minnesota. That would have been 2018, I think, was the one before.
It was 2019.
Okay.
Because I watched IU Minnesota in a Tokyo, Japan hotel on an illegal stream.
That game was nuts. We were down 1,000.
Yes.
And came all the way back, and then they hit a massive pass, I think, to take the lead at the end. It was 2018, IU 31, Minnesota 38. I'm pretty sure they scored. It should say on here. Scoring play. We scored with 3 minutes and 57 seconds to go to tie it up 31-31 after being down 31-9. And then they scored on the following possession on a 67-yard touchdown to Rashad Bateman with 1:34 to go to win 38-31.
And then I walked the streets of Tokyo sad. And then I went and found an English pub and drank my sorrows away. And then my work credit card didn't work.
Oh,
And I didn't tell my credit card company that I was traveling. So I had no money.
oh,
And a very nice English, like from the UK, paid my tab. And
nice.
that is my story. I was very sad that we lost in a monster comeback in Tokyo, Japan, drank my sorrows away with no money, and a Brit picked up my tab. It's all a true story. It's all a true story. I don't know if I ever told you that.
You've never told me that. IU was a 2.5-point favorite, by the way, for that game, and lost that one. Just to give some people some, Peyton Ramsey was a quarterback, Stevie Scott, leading rusher, leading receiver, Donovan Hale, Luke Timian, Ty Freifogel. It was that kind of a team. That was pretty good depth there. Hold on. Donovan Hale, Luke Timian, Ty Freifogel, Jason Harris, Nick Westbrook. That's a pretty good little wide receiver room. Watt Fillier there too. But yeah, that was a crazy game. It was
my
a night
daughter's
game.
name is Ryan. Call her Rai all the time. Her brother messed up and called her Rai Fry. So now we just call her Ty Fry, which isn't even close to Rai. That's just how names evolve with children. But I call my daughter Ty Fry now because it just makes sense.
Yes, it does make sense.
It does make sense.
It doesn't. All right, let's get into Minnesota. Let's do this. So, head coach. Everybody knows the head coach, right? He wants to make everything about himself. PJ Fleck, the clown, as we call him here.
Row your boat.
Yes.
Row your boat. Okay, go on.
Exactly. Believe it or not, guys, he's entering his 10th season with the Gophers with a record of 64-43, 6-0 in bowl games. Now, granted, they haven't played any massive bowl games. I think since that one season, they went 11-2. I don't know what game that was, but they went 11-2, and obviously they won whatever game that was. But for me, and Brandon obviously thinks different, and I would love to hear why. I don't like this team a lot. And the famous last words, knock on wood. They're coming off a year where they struggled a lot on offense, ranked 127th in the country. They're bringing back a lot of that.
My friend.
Oh, God, here we go.
Not so fast, my friend. My buddies over at College Football News, they were not. They were the 127th ranked. But if you eliminate the top defenses that they played, if you took out OSU, Iowa, and Oregon, they move up to a top 40 offense. They scored a combined 12 points in those 4 games.
Okay, do you guys want to hear what the other games are that they played? Let me do that for the people listening. Keep talking because I want to go pull this up real quick.
My point is, like, first of all, they had a freshman quarterback, right? They didn't have any weapons on the outside. I don't think they really do either this year. And they were doing a little bit of a philosophy change. And they did have, despite what Bragg said, they had a tough schedule. Now, the schedule this year is pretty dang easy. One of the easier schedules in the Big Ten. But again, I mean, their offense wasn't 127th. It wasn't.
Let's listen to this. So if you take out Ohio State, Iowa, and Oregon, these are the other teams they played. A bad Buffalo team, Northwestern State, a bad Cal team on the road.
Lost by 13.
Yes, Rutgers, Purdue, an overrated at the time Nebraska team that was 25th in the country. Beat the brakes off of them. They beat Michigan State in overtime. Northwestern, they lost to, and Wisconsin. I don't see the tough schedule.
Hey, they beat New Mexico in overtime in the Cactus Bowl.
They did do that. Now I'll give you young players, right? And then they were hit with a little bit of an injury bug in the running back room. They've got a really good running back that we'll talk about in a second, but they don't use them. Exactly. They need to. because they've got the pieces, right? So let's get into it. Drake Lindsey's the quarterback. He's a projected first-round draft pick by CBS, believe it or not. He's kind of hit or miss. He's all over the place. He's got the intangibles. He's got the 6'5". He's a good arm. But as you said, they struggled against top competition. So let's do this. For the season, he was a 63% passer, just shy of 2,400 yards, 18 touchdowns, 6 picks. Doesn't run the ball. Against Ohio State, Iowa, Oregon, he was 58%, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, sacked 7 times. Like, they did. I remember watching that Ohio State game because I was cheering for Minnesota. I was like, please beat them. Like, knock them off. They were dominated. Like, not even close. What's up, Seth?
Yeah, the pro potential on him is it's definitely his prototypical size, and he is a traditional pocket passer. He does make some reads as a quarterback. That is the one thing PJ Fleck has in his offense is a little bit of a read quarterback system. So that's where the NFL scouts are, I don't want to say favoring him, but are liking what he has to offer.
Yeah, and I didn't even know about this guy until yesterday when Brandon and I were having beers, and we were jacking around about, I don't know, we're talking about the Colts and what quarterback they're going to draft next year.
Jonathan Taylor's holding in, by the way.
There you go.
Right now.
So then we what was I going to say? We forgot that the Colts had traded 2 first-round draft picks, and so we don't have another first-round draft pick next year, and started looking at second-round graded quarterbacks, and there he was. Would be incredibly disappointing if that happened. But he's got some stuff around him, right? You said he didn't have much to throw to last year. He's going to have some good stuff coming in this year. Perry Thompson, a big wide receiver coming in from Auburn. Noah Jennings from Cincinnati, who can make some moves. And then tight end Caden Helms from Oklahoma. Now, these are players that didn't put up a ton of numbers at their school. But again, it all comes back down to that potential part of it, right? They've all got it's a big tight end, right? I think he's 6'5" or 6'3". Noah Jennings is a quick little shifty wide receiver, but he's still at 6 foot. And then Perry Thompson, a big bodied wide receiver on the outside. Running back room, again, Darius Taylor comes back, 670 yards, 4.7 yards a carry. The year before that, he was just shy of 1,000 yards, but he was injured a little bit last year. I'm going to let you guys talk about the offense here in just a second. And then the best part about their offense, in my opinion, is their offensive line. Bringing back a bunch of stuff, right? You're bringing back an all Big Ten interior guard. You're bringing back a starting left tackle. You're getting a starter from Tennessee at the right tackle position. And then you've got a center who's coming back. So you only need to replace one position along the 5, or I didn't even look to see if it needed to be replaced or not. But what do you guys, what on this? Now, I'm not saying they're bad. I think they'll finish maybe just barely top half Big Ten. But what about this has got you, or any of this scare you, I guess? So
Greg Johnson is the top 5 PFF guard. He will be playing on Sundays. Their offensive line is their best position group by a long, and their defensive line is probably second. And we'll get into that in a second.
Line is so good.
They're good up the trenches. So I think anytime you're playing a team that is their 2 best position groups are in the trenches, that's scary. But I think if at worst for IU, that's a push, right? Where I think we got them is in the outside talent, both in the defensive backfield and in our outside weapons on offense. But I think this team is built like a Big Ten team. That's what I like about when they have to play the Mississippi States and when they have to go play some of the schedules that, the Northwesterns of the world. I think they're going to be able to wear down teams. We know Wisconsin isn't built like Wisconsin. Wisconsin's built like Cincinnati, right? PJ Fleck is going to beat Wisconsin playing Wisconsin football, right? So I think you say what scares me about this team is that's why I think they're going to win 6 or 7 games. I think that's why Seth has them winning 6 or 7 games. God damn it. 6, 7. So yeah, I mean, and again, you got to like the potential of the kid under center. He's going into his sophomore year. So I don't know. Does it scare me against IU? No, because their strengths are our strengths. Their strengths aren't our weaknesses. So scares against IU? No, but playing equal teams, I think you always go with the teams that have the bigger boys up front, and they have the bigger boys up front.
No,
Yeah, and that was oh, go ahead. I was going to say that, and Seth, I'll let you hop in here. Their big problem last year was time of possession. I mean, they were down a full 6 minutes, I think it was, between 24 and 25 because they just didn't run the football, and that's the transition. If they don't run the football, you better hope Drake Lindsey's not a 63% passer. He's got to be up near 70% because that's where everybody that was in the playoff, that's where everybody that was successful in the Big Ten last year, your quarterback's throwing damn near 70%.
it was Bozemer was the quarterback the year before Lindsey, right?
Yes.
And Lindsey,
Yes.
this is his third year in the system. He's a redshirt sophomore, right? So am I correct on that?
Correct. He's eligible for the
right, yeah.
draft. So yes.
So where I'm in a little bit of a juncture with this team is when they brought in Bozemer 2 years ago and they brought in the pass happy offense. They kept the same kind of Minnesota linemen, the big, tall, lanky guys, strong, physical. And they still had the really good running backs. But now they want to pass the ball all the time. This is a team that if I had them in NCAA 27, I'm putting both the running backs over 1,000 yards. I'm maybe passing the ball 12, 15 times a game. Because that's how you win with this kind of team. And I'd probably go 9-3, 10-2. I'd lose to the really good teams. I'd beat everybody else. But PJ Fleck has made the comment several times that he wants to be a pass happy offense. He wants to be a pro offense, a passing pro offense. That doesn't really mix with what this team has. This team's profile is really good game manager quarterback, really strong offensive line, really, really good running back. As long as he can stay healthy. But instead, they're going to rely on these transfer receivers and tight end. I don't know. So that's where I'm at. I think this is a team that has a really high potential if they fit the personality to the talent. If they don't do that, they're still going to end up 5-7 to 7-5 in that range because the schedule just doesn't really give them too many difficult, it gives them enough easy wins that they'll roll out and beat some teams. But I just don't. Yeah. I don't know what PJ Fleck is. Is he the guy who's going to mold his offense to fit the talent? Or maybe they have the talent. They're going to hit the potential that we just haven't seen yet, that these kids from Auburn and Cincinnati and Oklahoma have. I just don't know. And that's the really weird thing about this is my heart says run the damn ball. I just don't know that they have the commitment to do that.
You hope a team learns, right? Because what's their two biggest issues, again, thank you, College Football Network or News, is they couldn't stay on the field. Third down was their issue. They couldn't convert because of QB accuracy issues and the inability to run, and they couldn't get off the field. So, you would hope all offseason would be about how do we stay on the field and how do we get off the field. I think that is more important to me than an identity crisis.
Yeah, and that's a perfect transition into the defense, right? So the defense, a really, really good ranking, 34th overall in the country. They've got some really good pieces everywhere, right? You guys pointed that out, but I'm going to transition into the third down thing real quick. Their biggest problem against the good teams is that they could not get off the field. They allowed 42 points to Oregon and Ohio State, and they converted 70% on third down. 70%. I didn't put Iowa in there because I was not, unless they were playing, who did we cover? Nebraska. They were not an elite offense. But yeah, I mean, that was their problem.
67% against Oregon.
Seth, you're muted. Seth is muted.
If IU played Minnesota in Minnesota last year, what would you think the score would be? 42-3?
Yeah.
I was going to give them 13.
Okay.
42-13. That's the first thing that popped in my mind. But their defense is good, right? So they've got a really, really, really top 10. What, top 10? I mean, I don't know, dude. The guy looks like it. Anthony Smith on the defensive end, projected first-round pick, no matter wherever he's at. First team All Big Ten, 12.5 sacks last season, 17.5 tackles for loss. He's a problem. He's a real big problem. And across that line, which Brandon and Seth will get into in just a bit, is a little bit of a problem there too, right? They bring back their leading tackler in the linebacker position. They've got a secondary that led the Big Ten. No, it didn't lead the Big Ten, but at least they bring back their top interception defensive back in John Nestor, who had 6 picks last year. The one thing they lost was the one, I guess you would say, quote unquote, leader of the defense in Perich, right? Who was down to, I think, pretty much IU and Oregon, and decided to go out west. So what else do they have? What else should people be scared of? Why are they going to win games with their defense, I think, this year? What do they got?
You can go ahead, Seth. The defensive line is your category.
Oh no, I was going to talk about. I think Bragg hit the synopsis plot on. It's they are a 3-tiered defense. Is they have a playmaker at every single level, and that's what you want out of a Big Ten defense. Is you want to be able to have a playmaker at the DN, who's going to be forcing the issue off the edge. You want to be able to have a middle linebacker who can just make tackles and stuff the sheet, and then. You want to have a cornerback who's going to make plays, or a DB who's going to make plays and who's going to be a ball hawk. And they have every single one of those things. So they're going to be in a hell of a lot of games just based off of that alone. So again, we talk about they have the elements in place to be a really productive team next year. It's a matter of cohesion. It's a matter of confidence. It's a matter of, health, I think, is ultimately what's going to be the biggest thing. Is they've had some injury issues over the last several years, to be frank with you, and it's been to key players, it feels like. So depending on who's healthy and how the season goes, I think that their defense is going to be really strong again, with a pass rush that'll probably be top 2 or 3 in the Big Ten, statistically at least, maybe not pro potential.
Speaking to injuries, it unfortunately has already bit them. Zion Chapman, they're amazing, pretty much kind of an NFL fringe NFL defensive tackle from FIU. It's not going to start camp. They did also sign Naquan Crowder, 6'1", 310 pounds. And he's made 26 tackles with a sack. But again, at 310, he is just a space eater. He's not going to put up a ton of snaps. So, you got the D end, you got Crowder and Chapman, and you have a big line. Bragg, can you give the stats on that, on Anthony Smith again? Just so the listeners can hear it.
Yeah, I was looking at his
12 and a half sacks, 17 and a half tackles for a loss.
6'6", 285. 6'6", 285. Yeah. Next to Chowder, who's 310. Next to Chapman, who's also pushing 300. Their defensive line has NFL size.
If he was on IU last season, he's in the NFL, right? He doesn't even stay. The fact that he didn't get the recognition, I looked to see if he made any All-America teams, and I didn't see him on anything, which I think that there was a crazy deep amount of defensive ends last year anyway across the country, so that's fine. But first team All Big Ten, good enough, I think, in this league, especially when we've won, 4 consecutive national championships, that's is it 4? Have we won 4 straight national championships? 3 straight. Okay. Soon to be 4. But yeah, I mean, they're very, very good. Anything else we want to add on their defense before we kind of wrap up Minnesota?
Can I talk about Perich a little bit?
Yeah.
How'd they let him go? He was
money, bro.
Oh man. I thought they did a really poor job of developing him. He was an absolute stud the moment he walked on campus. And I thought they didn't get enough out of him, to be frank. I thought, damn it, I was trying to set up for this was a PJ Fleck lack of development. I thought there was a, when you get somebody like that, you got to make sure that they're taken care of. And I think that's a really big missed opportunity there. And knowing what Dylan Tiedemann did last year from Purdue to Oregon. I expect a kind of a similar draft stock. I don't know. Dylan was already a first round pick, but I expect another first round safety next year.
We don't play Oregon. Never mind. I was going to say, should we go ahead and pencil in Turbo Richard for 2 touchdowns and absolutely obliterating Coy Perich on the way into the end zone? So yeah,
things happen.
All right. So to wrap them up, I gave them a clown emoji overall. I don't think that they're going to be that good, and I think it's the offense that holds them back. But there's pieces, right? They've got the opportunity to do it, especially with some parts of that schedule. Here's the problem. You've got 3 automatic wins, but other than that, and no offense to I don't even know if after previewing Rutgers, I don't even know if Rutgers is technically an automatic win, but you've got to beat the good teams. As I said, they went 6-0 last year. Buffalo, Northwestern State, Rutgers, Michigan State, Purdue, Wisconsin. And every one of those teams was under 500. So they have to beat good teams this season. They've got to be successful.
But that's the PJ Fleck special. You gave us his overall record over 9 years is 64-43. Divide that by 9 at 7-5. He's a 7-5 coach. And when you're gifted 3 wins every single year by getting Eastern Illinois, Akron, and Hobuck University, what you're a 4-5 coach. That's what you are.
Yeah. And when you look ahead and you see that you have Purdue on your conference schedule, you can get somebody like Mississippi State as a non-conference team, and just consider Purdue a non-conference team and have a cake.
And they'll claim that's an SEC win all day long. And when Mississippi State goes 1-8 in the SEC,
yeah,
they'll still claim we beat an SEC team.
I can't believe they're top 50 FPI. Like, that's just got to be ESPN's SEC bias anyway. Yeah. But yeah. All right, Brandon, anything else?
Just a few other things that I wanted to note. They brought in Sid Kaba for the defensive line too. Their defensive line is going to be good. And then TJ Bush from Cal is really, really good too from the ACC. So, looking at IU, I think our offensive line is going to have its hands full. And in order for it to be a 42-13 result, we're going to need top-notch play out of the offensive line.
So if I'm not mistaken, this matchup with Anthony Smith is actually going to be with a Johnny, because from what I understood on their depth chart is that he is not technically their rush end. So he is their actual hand in the dirt defensive end, kind of like what we had with Kamara. Now, would I take that setback that Kamara had last year in Anthony's stats? I would love that. Just against us would be great. But he's not, from what I'm seeing, he's not projected to be that stud that's going to be on the left side. He'll be on the right side against the Johnny. And I mean, I trust either one of them. It doesn't matter. So yeah, we should be good. Let's get into randos. By the way, guys, I do have a hard out here in about 15 minutes.
Yep.
So let's run through the randos.
Cool. This is honestly probably the most serious question I've ever asked in a rando. Who would play PJ Fleck in a movie about PJ Fleck?
Oh, dude, what is his name from? Oh, I gotta look it up. I can't think of it.
Hot Tub Time Machine? The
yeah,
ball from Hot Tub Time
dude.
Machine?
Yes.
It's exactly him. I thought the same thing. That's why this is the greatest podcast of all time. I don't know his name. I have no idea.
Wait, which one? The main guy?
Do producer things.
Yeah, no. He's one of the main guys, not the main guy. Hot Tub Time Machine.
So you're not talking about John Cusack. You're not talking about
No.
Rob Corddry.
Yeah, Rob Corddry. Yep.
The role of a lifetime.
He looks like, those that are listening, Google Rob Cord
You're right.
Dry.
Yep.
He looks very old now, though.
Yeah, do like really 2006 old. Rob Corddry.
Yeah. I hope he's okay. He looks like maybe he's sick.
Oh my God.
Hope he's okay.
All right.
He does. He looks sick.
And I think it would be a very funny movie, like just Rob Corddry rowing boats all the time. I think there's and somehow he like is also the Gopher mascot. I think there's
That's 100% right. Yep.
very funny. There's a very funny, and he has he came there with a Michigan accent, and now he has a Michigan or a Minnesota accent, but it's really, really bad. I think there's a funny movie in here. I really like.
Now, do you know who who would play that? Let's just take the whole Hot Tub Time Machine cast, right? Give me Clark Duke to do the actual like Gopher. Yes. Yeah. And then Craig Robinson Craig Robinson can play
like an offensive line coach.
Yeah. Yes. It would be good.
All right. I got time.
It's also a great movie for those that haven't seen Hot Tub Time Machine. You got to watch it.
I don't know if it holds up. I will give a disclaimer right now. If there's anything that's no longer allowed to be said or very inappropriate, please understand what time that movie was made. Okay.
When was it made?
I don't know. I was going to guess 2009.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have been close. All right.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Since we're talking mascots,
oh boy,
the Gopher mascot is unfortunately one of the better mascots.
Top 10.
Yes or no?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes or no? It's one of the better college mascots. Not even talking Big Ten. Like the Gopher mascot leans into it. He's active. He isn't. I like the Gopher mascot. Is that a hot take?
No, and it's unique.
No.
There's not a professional Gopher.
Yes.
There's no other like Gopher team, so there's a uniqueness to it as well.
He is not. He's listed number 14 on this. I'm trying to see.
Sexiest
Well,
mascots.
hold on. That's social media following. Hold on. Let's see where he is on the tiers. He's not on the Heisman tier.
Oh.
He's not on the Road to Glory tier. No, he's down at not listed.
Oh, you don't say.
He's not listed on this one. I want to see. I know ESPN did something. Here we go. College football mascot power rankings. These have got some weird ones. Stanford Trees on it. They only did top 5.
No.
That's not going to count. The Stanford Trees. No, thank you.
It sways. Cool.
Here's a six pack coverage. Whoever this is, they don't have them on there either. I don't know, dude.
They're all wrong in the top tier. He's not S tier, but he's an A tier. I
think he's an A tier. Yeah, I'll find him on Bleacher Report. I'll update you guys here.
It's
shortly.
an underrated color scheme too. I'll be real.
It's limited in my opinion. It's limited on what you can do now. They have done a black uniform.
And they did the metallic silver thing too. But yeah,
the metallic silver you can't do that with that. But yes, I like it. It's good enough. It's very close to kind of a like a bad day on the toilet, but other than that, it's fine.
So I have only been to Minneapolis a few times. One was for a Vikings Steelers primetime game, and so it was Monday Night Football. So I went there Saturday. Went out Saturday night on Minnesota's campus, which is right there in Minneapolis. I went to a karaoke bar. It was very fun. It was an amazing experience. The students, the drinks were flowing. So it got me thinking, what do you think? Name 2 or 3 Big Ten schools that you would think would have a good karaoke sing. And then name 2 or 3 Big Ten schools that would have a terrible
Madison
karaoke sing.
Yeah, no, Madison, 100%. As soon as you start, I didn't even know where you were going to go with it. Name Big Ten school, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Madison was the first word coming out of my mouth because that campus is awesome.
And then I think
if you have not been to Madison, it's awesome.
And then I think Northwestern only because the arts nerds who would go there. There's got to be some kind of like
they're not getting up and doing karaoke. They're not doing you.
You don't think? What about one of the West Coast schools? You think UCLA would be a decent?
USC has an art school.
Though. That's not karaoke. That's not karaoke. Yeah. You're right. Like UCLA is going to have people that can actually sing.
So then Oregon,
like, you don't want
Oregon and Madison.
Got one. I've got. Well, I was going to say maybe, and we don't give this very much props, but just because there's nothing else to do out there, I could see some people. I could see some people in Lincoln doing some real good Alan Jackson or something.
Some Travis Tritt.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's a karaoke type person.
Worst has to be Piscataway because it's nothing but Bon Jovi.
Yes.
And
I was going to say
that
Purdue.
accent does not do.
Yeah, Penn State or
karaoke.
Purdue, I'd say would also be probably down.
What about East Lansing?
East Lansing would be poor.
Probably wouldn't be very good. Yeah.
It just rains every time I go to East Lansing.
I'd say it's just again go with like both Minnesota or both Michigan schools. Michigan's not having a good karaoke scene.
No,
not at all.
I'm with you. I think Minnesota, Wisconsin. I think both of those two might be really good because we didn't even name Minnesota, but Minnesota, Wisconsin, I think would be my top two.
Yep. So I got another one because I know we're kind of up against time. So, but I really like this question. Rank these schools on where you see their future projection
in football.
Minnesota in football.
Okay.
Minnesota, Nebraska, Wisconsin. Because I think Minnesota's they got the coach in place.
I think it's that order.
They don't have NIL issues. They've had recent success. If I had to rank those three on, program trajectory, I think I'm taking Minnesota over both Nebraska and Wisconsin. Right
Correct. And then I would take Nebraska second because at least they have a committed fan base and they're trying really hard. I don't think they have a clue what they're doing, but damn, they're trying hard to do it.
Isn't that Wisconsin is last?
I just think Fickle has decimated the fan base. You talk to Wisconsin fans now, and there is an absolute embarrassment. That's all I can say. Like, I'm a Purdue fan.
Is Fickle Archie Miller? Is Fickle Archie?
No.
Without any success. At least Archie had the hint of early success.
I'm gonna tell you why it's not Minnesota, but I don't know where they rank. But this is from I don't know if it's a very good account or not, but it's at Husk Guys. It's a verified account. It's his Big Ten NIL collective funding ranking.
Oh, okay.
Right. So that's what it all matters about, right? I use fourth in there. This is from 2024. So I think if it was updated, I think IU might even be a little bit higher. He's got Minnesota not in the top 11. And at number 10 and number 11, Wisconsin, Nebraska. So if I were to rank them, I think at some point Nebraska is going to get off the mat. So I think it's Nebraska. Wisconsin's going to do something. You know what? I'm with you guys. I think Wisconsin's trash.
I think
I'm going to go with Nebraska.
I think them and Michigan State are done.
Yeah.
I think they're done. I think both programs.
I don't think Michigan State's done. I think
Purdue,
Purdue,
Michigan State, and Wisconsin are done programs. They might as well.
I think Wisconsin is third on that, though. I'll give Minnesota second and then Nebraska first because they'll figure it out.
At least Rutgers shows signs of life, for Christ's sakes.
Okay, so Seth picked Minnesota, Bragg picked Nebraska. Let's throw Illinois. Where would you rank those three if you add Illinois into Minnesota?
Illinois is ahead of them.
Yeah, I think
both of them.
Yeah, I think they're at the top, but it's not by much.
I think that we're really underestimating Illinois because we don't have to preview them. I don't know what
I trust Billama
over
100% more than
Illinois,
any of the other coaches on that list.
Over under
more than PJ Fleck.
100%.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
So Illinois has a 7.5 over under win this season,
and
that's with a bad.
And there's a bad version of them.
Be a bad team. Yeah,
or at least a step back. I don't want to say bad. That I'm trying to not be mean anymore. They're bad.
So I always try to mix in a non college football question. I only got one of them here. The Minnesota professional teams have never won a championship. Never done it. Who is the first Minnesota professional team? They got 4 of them, guys. 4 professional teams, and they've never won a championship.
Seth is wearing Minnesota Timberwolves.
It's got to be the Wild. It's got to be the Wild.
It's going to be the Wild or the Twins, because those two. No, listen, just because those two
are the most random
leagues are so random.
Yeah.
The NFL. Well,
I love Ant,
dude,
so I would love if.
I love JJ. That's if they had a quarterback, dude. They're literally
I'm a Bears
a
fan, so
away.
Remember, I'm 5 minutes away from punching you in the face.
They are a quarterback away, Seth. If they just
true.
had a quarterback, they've got so much talent on the outside. The running back.
Don't tell them that,
fine.
though, man. don't give them the secrets. They think they're
Dude,
fantastic.
if you get 2023 Kyler Murray, you're in big trouble.
Okay.
Tyler's broken. He's
broken. I agree.
He's broken.
Maybe he'll go to baseball. Maybe
But
he'll go to the Twins.
But
That would be crazy. That would be a Disney movie there. But
if you guys didn't know that Kyler
isn't
Murray
that
was, I think,
crazy that
drafted by the
Minneapolis-
Yankees or something.
athletics.
4 professional teams and no championships, and none of the teams are close.
I mean, the Twins.
None of the teams are
Twins won
close.
twice in the 90s.
Did they?
Yeah, they won.
Yeah.
I was sitting here thinking, Kirby Puckett.
They won at least once,
Well,
maybe not twice.
In the dome.
Yeah.
In the dome, right?
Yeah.
Did they play Toronto?
No, they're in the same league, dum-dum. It would have been...
Oh, they are, aren't they?
Like San Diego or something. It was...
San Diego.
Ah, shit.
Wales,
I can't...
Ah!
There's no way to look it up.
All right, that's all the randos I got.
All right, hold on. Let me get through my...
Seth, you got
Let me
anything
burn
with
through
Seth?
my sack here.
All right.
The grocery store that I was thinking of is High V, not High Low.
I love High
was
V. I didn't hear you say that, or else I would have told you. I love
High V is what I meant. I was combining buy low.
We're getting
I was
one.
combining buy low and High V. And then
We're getting one, by the way.
Anthony Smith. I had this looked up before you got into this. He had at least half a sack in every single game last year, except for 3.
Ohio State.
Nope, they didn't play Ohio State. They didn't play Ohio State. But you're right.
Last year?
Maybe he didn't play in that game. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5.
Maybe. But they played Ohio State, Iowa, and Oregon. Those were their 3 tough games last year.
Purdue, he did not have a sack. At Iowa,
I don't think we sacked
he
him
didn't have a
either.
sack. And Wisconsin, he didn't have a sack. So those are the teams that shut him out.
Well, we have a sack, and we just did it, didn't we?
Hmm.
I was going to tell you, I'm not sure IU had a sack last year against Purdue. I don't think
you didn't. You
did.
didn't need
We
one.
had one sack. Stephen Daly, rest in peace.
Whoa,
He's not dead,
Whoa.
but it sucked. To his knee.
Yeah.
To his knee, Seth. To his knee. All right, I've got one stump to Seth. Are you guys ready for this? It'll blow your mind. Seth or Brandon can answer this.
Okay.
How many national titles does Minnesota football have?
Oh, it's like 9.
They have 6
Damn it.
national
I
championships.
knew it was something ridiculous, and they're all before
All
1952.
6 of them. Well, 1960 was the
Okay.
last one, I think. All 6 of them are claimed national championships.
What does that mean? I don't
That
understand.
means when they're before the BCS, right?
So they had like 8 different ranking systems. So they'd have like the UP,
Yes.
the AP, the coaches, all these different ones. And if you ended up being number 1 in any of those polls, you could just claim it.
claim national
You could just
championship.
claim to be the
Yep.
champion that year.
Like I think that Michigan claims to have like 11 or
There's
something.
some ridiculous ones out there. Yeah,
Yeah, like most of theirs are legit. This is why the college football playoff
it's so important.
is
So-
an actual national champion.
So is the 2022 Florida State Seminoles, are they claimed?
No, because that's college football playoff. They didn't make the
They
playoff.
were ineligible for the.
Well, they didn't make it because the quarterback got hurt, right? Is that right?
Correct.
Is that
Yeah,
the right
correct,
season?
yes.
Jordan Travis's knee exploded on the field against Jacksonville State.
Yep.
Yeah. And I was actually pretty upset that they didn't make the playoff. I thought they could have, and then they got destroyed by Georgia, I think, in their bowl game.
As they should.
So the one Brandon that you should be really fighting for, and is true, is UCF. UCF does have a claimed national
Oh
championship.
yeah,
I
that's right.
believe.
That's like 2010,
20. I think it was 2018.
2018. God, I have no.
Yeah, I think it was
No
2018
concept of time.
UCF. 2018 UCF. Dude, I said something the other day. I was like, yeah, that was when I was in Charlotte to watch Arsenal. It was in 2019. It was like 4 years ago.
I think Dylan Gabriel may have still been the quarterback of that UCF team.
He was. He was. No, but yes, they went complete. Oh, no. They lost to LSU. One of the teams went completely undefeated.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 19. Nope.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe it was the 2018 team. They gave them like the regular season national championship or something stupid.
Do we want to give the people what we're doing here? Just
What are we
I
doing?
just will. So we're gonna finish the schedule, guys. We're gonna finish the
2017,
preview series.
2017, completely undefeated. Beat
There
Auburn.
it is.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So we have USC, Washington, and Purdue left. Previewing USC next week should be crazy because Jordan Maiava is getting all kinds of preseason hype. He's on like every fourth reel that I scroll through.
He was last year too.
Then we will be doing a season prediction pod, wins, losses. Then we will be doing a season statistical prediction for players. And then we have preview week.
Goosebumps.
Yes.
That is how close we are. We are 3 games and 2 prediction pods away. We are 5 weeks away from game week. Isn't
I
that
can't wait.
NFL rookie minicamp
Cannot wait.
reports have started.
Oh, well, did you just pinch your nipples, or was that just your camera doing some weird things? Okay, no, you didn't.
I was playing with my
Wait back.
drawstrings because I drafted Deshaun Stribling, and he's like apparently the best receiver in the whole draft class. So I don't know if you. Adam Schefter said it. So if Adam Schefter said it, it has to be true.
Or somebody paid him to say it.
Whatever. Yeah.
One or the other.
We're excited. Football's so close.
It's so close.
Football's so
Football
close.
is so
It's
close.
so close.
All right.
Thank you, believe. Do we have a believe? Like we will believe in our listeners.
Hey, they do listen to this pod. So if they didn't already stop 3 minutes in when we were saying something around,
Yeah, I was going to say the
then
ink hasn't even
just
dried
go
on the
ahead and
e-signature
boot
yet.
us off. Yeah, on the ink.
They
on
can
the
just
e-signature.
fire me. They can just let me go. You know.
Dude, based on the call we had right before this, he might have fired you right then and there when you were just like, I don't do anything. I'm just the talent.
Oh, God.
And then I was like, oh, Jesus.
See, we
Christ.
say that as a joke, Brandon. You're not supposed to say that to actual people.
That's okay. It was just the IT guy. It wasn't like the
Oh, because IT people don't
we
have
love
feelings.
you, Alex. I hope you're listening, Alex. We love you.
yeah.
Alexis
Alex.
or Alex? Which one?
Oof,
Alex.
what
It's
do
an
they
Alex
think about
Carter.
us talking about other shows? And what about
Cross
cross-promotion?
promotion. We
Alexis,
did it.
Come on your show.
I'm producing. Look at me go. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are going back to whatever that person does. All right, I got you. All right.
She makes great content.
Yeah, whatever. This will be the first time in a long time we've gotten something from Seth. Until next time, cheers, guys. We'll talk to you about USC.
Cheers.
Say it.
Only fans.